we go. Coming to you from the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill on Beachmont Avenue in Anderson Township. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Carroll, and I have a very important announcement to make today. Actually, two announcements, and maybe a third that we will get to during the course of the podcast. And the fourth announcement I was going to make because I'm really sleepy right now. But
I don't want to fucking hear it.
I'm just saying, I'm a little tired.
I'll go into that.
I feel good.
I'll go into that after my introduction.
But I will open my first beer.
If we ever get to that point.
Let's open my first beer, and here we go. Oh, that sounds good.
Ooh, that actually is probably your best crack of a beer.
It just might be.
That I've ever heard.
It just might be. Rob Herking, take it away.
Dan, this is going to sound great.
Fake opening. Oh, that's a real opening. Very good.
Oh, what's a real opening?
This is a nice, cold, crisp Bud Light. Today's episode brought to you by Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light, celebrating 366th day of being a girl. Here's to you, Dylan. Looking forward to this. Should be fun. A lot of stuff going on. Dylan Mulvaney, Trump's in the courthouse, and we got Mr. Jason Kiefer here at the helm.
I'm going to continue to crack the Miller Lights that I always do. And I'm pretty sure their stock is probably going up.
That could happen. My first announcement is my Twitter has been hacked and hijacked.
Jesus Christ. We just gave Mark Twitter account password.
Well, I didn't log on to it. But a couple of days ago, I was not able to get into my Twitter. And
you know, everybody has Twitter, Dan. It's not your Twitter. It's your Twitter account.
My Twitter account. And I use my Twitter. I get sometimes I get show ideas for it. I see audio and video clips and cuts that I sometimes use on the show. I use it a lot for material for the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. And some douchebag has hijacked my Twitter account and is now putting out stuff that is attached to my Twitter account that is not coming from me.
Huh. All right, so
that's announcement number one. If you see something weird from me,
say something, man.
It didn't come from me.
As Dan says, for all the socials, that's his disclaimer. He did not send you dirty dick pics or anything like that. It didn't come from him.
He might have.
I would never do that sort of thing.
I'm just putting it out there for
you.
you.
I appreciate you saying that because I would never do that.
I'm putting it out there for you. It's because I care, Dan.
Well, thank you very much. But I'm
all right, moving on.
Now I guess I have to get a hold of someone at Twitter, and only God knows how to do that and deactivate that account.
You got a backup email. All you got to do is report password is lost.
It won't let me log on. It's as if my account doesn't exist.
Jesus.
My son tried to tag me in something the other day. He couldn't tag me. He said, we went and looked up your account. He said, it doesn't exist anymore.
Interesting.
Doesn't exist.
I'm glad you have our password, Dan. Jesus, now I got to change shit.
Do you have two-factor authentication?
Yeah, we do, Dan.
Okay, well, good.
Do you even know I want you to tell us what two-factor authentication is.
That's when I log on to, let's say, my Yahoo account on the computer at home. Then it sends me a message on the phone and says, are you trying to log in on this device? Okay. And then I confirm that on my phone. That's two-factor authentication.
You got to do that every time? Now, let's do your Twitter account. You have two-factor authentication on Twitter?
Not. Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
and this is
no. It's a yes or no.
When I got the Twitter account set up
and had it put
on my phone.
My bad. I withdraw the question.
It was on all the time. So it's not like I had to log into it all the time. It was just always on.
Good job, counselor.
Yep, withdraw.
Withdraw.
So 366 days today on being a woman.
Oh my God.
I love that. And you know what the craziest thing is? The coolest thing. This brings it all in right here. Dan probably knows her. She graduated from the University of Cincinnati in 2019 from the College Conservatory of Music. Isn't that awesome? She's from San Diego, went to UC. Graduated CCM.
Fucking came here.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes. And the best is now, well, you don't know this because your Twitter is hacked because for whatever fucking reason. She got in a fight with Caitlyn Jenner. Is that a she fight or a he-she fight? Because Caitlyn called her out.
Oh, man. We need Joe Rogan in this and put him in
not like a
we need to put him in the slap fights.
Not like a real fight, though.
No, it was a Twitter fight, kind of like what you do
Caitlyn
with
Jenner
your people.
would whoop that dude's ass.
I would pay pay-per-view money to see those two do that stand-up slap fight shit. I would pay good money for that. Wow, I did not know that.
But
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
There's going to be a few things coming down the pipe, people. Just FYI.
Classic Bud Light commercial.
We salute you, Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
Giant.
It had taco in it, man. I had to use it.
It's dumb, but I like. But
it
I
had taco.
But I love taco
it's
salad.
Childish.
Those commercials were great too.
Yes,
and so were the Charlton Heston commercials that were all-time classics. And we actually have one.
Did you see the new one they put out with Charlton Heston today, Dan, on Twitter?
No, I did not.
No.
I didn't see it on
shit,
Twitter.
I forgot. Your Twitter was hacked.
My Twitter's been hacked.
You don't use two-factor authentication. My bad, buddy.
And those of you who were watching may have noticed that today I did not crack open a Bud Light. I have cracked open a Miller Lite, and I am now in Jason's camp when it comes to drinking Miller Lite out of a can.
Imperial Girl brought up a good point, though, that the parent company did go back and buy.
Ooh, Bud Light. I'm back on the Bud Light wagon, baby.
But I said I didn't see my can on any of these videos, and Miller Lite tastes much better, so I'm sticking with it.
Great taste, less filling.
I'm all in.
And it doesn't taste like fucking apple juice.
No, it tastes great.
Let's go ahead and Jason, if you're ready.
Oh yeah, here. Let me put my beer.
Let's go ahead and roll a little video of young Dylan Mulvaney, and the reason.
And I'm probably going to screw this up, guys. So just give me a little bit of leeway.
I was a little leery of this at first, is because apparently it dropped on April the 1st, and so that is April Fool's Day. So I thought this might have been an elaborate April Fool's hoax, but
kind of like you writing that check to Varner Foundation.
Anheuser-Busch has weighed in on this now, and apparently it is not a hoax.
It is not.
So let's go ahead and roll that video. There we go.
So roll that beautiful bean footage.
Well,
yeah, we're gonna try our best. That's all we can do.
Not mix up corporate sponsors.
Should we let Dan do it? I mean, he's very tech savvy.
Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports, and I'm not sure exactly which sport. But either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood. And Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money, too.
Good day.
All right. So there you go. That's Dylan Mulvaney. And just to show... I'll just give a little taste of how far the advertising for Bud Light has come.
I don't even know if that volume went through. I'm hoping it did.
I went back and looked up an old Bud Light commercial. First of all, I found the ones with Charlton Heston.
You keep saying that.
Are absolute classics. But then I bumped into this other one. I sent the video to Jason of some cross-dressing that was taking place in a Bud Light commercial. And Jason, let's go ahead and roll that one.
Oh, I saw that. The guy with the mustache.
Yeah. Well, not one, but several.
Let me figure out, did they hear the volume on that first one? Because before I go to a second screw up, I just want to make sure. So
anyone, did you hear that? Could you hear that when we played that video?
Because we're trying to figure out on our end if we have an issue or if we don't.
I like the fact that it's wheels up 420.
Yes.
Thank you, Dead Legs.
All right. So Dead Leg had audio. Okay. So,
all right. Good deal.
So that's a good thing. All right. Cool. All right. So we're slowly learning because, well, we didn't know what we were doing a year ago. So here we are. I do remember this commercial, and it was actually pretty entertaining.
Classic Bud Light commercial from the past. There we go. Good stuff.
And remember, you're playing for Bud Light, lady. The boys are back in town.
These guys are good. Who are you calling guys? Yeah.
Looks like you're in the finals. Ma'am, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You're the defending ladies' pool.
Anybody else
Yes, I am.
curious? And question answered. Is Dan the guy
is
you
hilarious.
don't want to sit next to at a movie theater? I think it's
That
pretty
is-
fucking clear.
That is hilarious. Now imagine a commercial like that being produced today. There's no way in hell a commercial like that would ever see the light of day today without all kinds of people getting their panties in a twist.
But yeah, it is the irony that's there is now all of a sudden everybody's supposed to accept it. And I don't care. And we've had this conversation many times, either on air or on recording or just sitting out in the front of the bar. I don't care what you do. I don't.
That's good right there.
Just don't push it on me. And I may be okay with it, may agree with it and be like, hey, you know what? You do you. Or, okay, do you, but I don't need to talk to you about it. But the way, and Deadleg brought up a perfect statement, and I want to find it. 3 kids got murdered, and 3 adults also. And this is what Bud Light thinks is a good way to advertise when it was a transgender shooter. I mean,
About a week or so ago.
dude, I mean, that's a perfect statement, Deadleg. And I just, the timing, whoever's in their marketing department, and I've seen so many other, like, you know, on whether you agree with being on TikTok or not, like all of the guys that drink Bud Light. There's one guy I was telling Dan earlier. There's a guy who's like, I've drank Anheuser-Busch products for 45 years. Not anymore. If you choose to not, and Dan is choosing to not, I mean, I guess kind of.
Let's see how long that lasts.
But even still, I mean, if that's something you choose to do, all right, great. But the amount of people that I saw doing that, it was every time I would scroll up TikTok, it was another person. I'm just curious to see what happens fallout wise, if anything. It could be nothing. I don't know. But
including that great American Kid Rock has decided to forego Anheuser-Busch products.
The timing, I agree with Deadleg, was terrible.
Well, I mean, remember when?
Are you gonna stop? Do you want me to play this?
Are you gonna play it? Okay, I didn't know you were gonna play it.
I thought you wanted me to play it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Kid Rock put out a great video expressing his feelings.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch.
So there you go. That's Kid Rock expressing his feelings about Dylan Mulvaney being the spokesperson.
I want to go hang out.
Bud Light.
I always wanted to hang out with Kid Rock anyway, but just watching that, I want to go hang out with him more.
Absolutely.
I love the vitriol over a transgender on a Bud Light commercial. I just love it. I love the fact that people are quitting drinking Bud Light over this. And I'll agree that the timing probably wasn't the best, but nonetheless, and everybody is entitled to their right to the way you handle business is your wallet. And doesn't really bother me that bad.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine if that's the way you feel about it. But
it's not something that would make me like change my lifestyle. I didn't drink Bud Light anyway, but I mean, some people feel that way, and that's okay.
I love it. Yeah, I feel that way. I like looking at the videos and shit.
But watching the backlash or the fallout backlash, I mean, whatever term you want to use for it, it is entertaining because I've seen so many commercials that I didn't even have enough time to pull all of the ones that I saw up. But how irate people get, and I get irate over certain things. I'm more irate over number 45 sitting in a courtroom. But
shit that matters.
But we'll see how this goes because that's the way ever since, and it's been coming a long time coming. But COVID changed everything. COVID changed the world. People had time to sit in their own little domiciles and come up with ideas and this and that. That was a catalyst, in my opinion, over the in the last 3 years. Everything that we have known before that has changed. Everything.
Well,
because now you can't cough, sneeze, or do anything in public without somebody going, "Oh my god, oh my god." Well, now you want to transition. Well, go ahead and transition, but do it respectfully. Like we've had the conversations about the kid, with Lady Maga transitioning kids. Like all of this I don't remember any of this. I can't say any of it, but I can't remember a majority of this before COVID to where people were like, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Well,
I don't know. Everything's shock value, Front Street. I was just making the comment today at court. I'm looking around at all the people and is it a new thing to be most outrageous, with just your general appearance? That's cool. And I whatever you want to do, but don't get me wrong. I'm going to look at you like Jesus Christ. It's like people look at me with my mustache. I do it because 1, I don't mind it. 2, everybody hates it, which makes me keep it more. So it is entertaining. I love the fact that I think people try to outdo other people with the shock factor, and timing was bad. Doesn't really bother me. I don't know. I'm just tired of everything in your face. I mean, as far as the numbers go, every fucking show you watch nowadays, it's in your face. And it's like, all right, what can we do? What is the most minority-esque group that we can throw out there and just every sitcom be that? So it's in everybody's face, fucking 94/7. 94/7, Jesus Christ, 24/7. Trying to get over this cold still.
You're not even drunk yet.
It's been 4 weeks, man. I can't even talk still. This sucks.
You got long days in Rob's world. But don't lump me in or don't mistake what I'm saying, because I am not calling for a boycott. I don't call for boycotts. I don't try to tell other people.
You were around during the Tea Party. You
what they should
tea.
do and what they shouldn't do. I've just made my own decision that this is how I'm going to respond to this, and I've done it with other products before who have, and I look at these companies and really they're making a political statement by doing something like this, I think.
And I think the real problem is not so much with the customers, well, derivatively, but it's going to be with the stockholders when the share value goes down based on loss of sales. That's where the big issue is. If you get a board of directors that want to be activists, and then all of a sudden sales go down because you got some woke ass agenda, some woke ass advertising going on, I think that's your big issue. As a board of director, as well as an executive of a corporation, your sole goal and mission is to maximize profit and return to the shareholders.
A multi-billion-dollar
corporation. And corporations get sued regularly for this bullshit agenda, and I think it needs to happen more freely and more regularly. So I'm interested to see the shakeout, the fallout of this. Truthfully, Miller Lite tastes like somebody pissed in a can and pulled the tab back up to shut the can. I'll stick with my Bud Light or my water that I drink on a regular basis on the show.
Yeah, no. Okay, all right, we'll just go with that because we all go home responsibly.
Yeah. So in any case, I'm done drinking Bud Light.
Well, good for you, Dan. You know what else Dan has done?
Which is okay.
So here's the deal. Last podcast, you guys, we were off air and something happened. There was a comment made by me. Dan was regaling his golf acumen to the group of guys back here.
I wasn't. I was not.
Let him talk.
Said he was playing golf.
Well, he's lying about what I said.
You'll have time to rebut.
Saying he was golfing on Sunday. I go, Dan, you don't play golf. You walk around the course and swing at a ball. He looks at me and he goes, I will beat your ass, or something to that effect.
No, that's exactly what was said.
So
that's a quote. So
what was levied was a bet for this Friday, Good Friday, for me and Dan to play. And it was wagered $102.50, the elusive number. It was all squared away. We were going to play at Reeves' Dan's home course at his insistence. And this is what was on social media.
Commonly called the Dan Carroll Country Club.
Gentlemen, just late breaking news from one more, and I'm out of here at headquarters, 8112 Beachmont Avenue. I just want to cement this with video, proof, evidence, etc. Even though Dan Carroll has not paid Varner Foundation the $102.50 he owes for the past 6 months. And we have seen a proliferation of orphans walking barefoot in the Anderson area.
I've got my checkbook right now. I can write a check.
Dan Carroll has just challenged and said he would kick my ass in golf, and I am willing to accept it, despite the fact that I have not played yet this year and barely played
Neither
last
have
year.
I. Haven't touched the club all year.
You're playing tomorrow.
No, we are not playing tomorrow.
No, you're playing
I'm
tomorrow.
playing tomorrow.
You see, he never listens.
This is where
He's
Dan
ready
doesn't
to
listen.
talk, but never listens. So he's going to listen by me getting into his wallet on Friday for the Varner Foundation, another $102.50 pledge on Friday. When I whip his ass. We're playing Friday morning. Stay tuned. This week, he wants match play. Doesn't matter.
Match play.
Whatever he says is fine. So if he has a shitty hole, that means he doesn't feel bad. He tries to mentally clear it out and go on to the next hole.
That's giving you an advantage.
But nonetheless, he can think what he wants. But nonetheless, Friday, stay tuned. We're going to go live on the golf course. Dan's choice of course, tee time about 8:30 in the morning.
I remember
think
it
I'll
well.
be all right. Stay tuned. This
You don't
week.
have to work on Friday?
That's enough. I mean, it kind of goes on and on.
I remembered that well.
I just wanted video and audio authentication of it. Now,
Well, that's good. Well, go ahead.
We got it.
Say
We
what
got
you
it.
wanna say.
No, we squared it away. And I shit you not. What was it, Keith? Less than 12 hours later?
Yeah,
About less than 12.
ish.
Miraculously,
Dan can't play.
Dan can't play. There's some job
He's backing
that
out.
came up.
I've got work I've got to do.
He's backing out. But he was.
I was mistaken when I said I could be there on Friday.
It might have been all the water you drank.
Poor
went
kids.
home.
Day.
Poor kids.
Went home and checked the schedule, and the check is on the way to the Varner Foundation.
I was so looking forward to this.
Well,
Only
we can do it another time. I just
because-
can't do it on Friday.
because I was going to take our mobile recorder with a microphone. I was going to be the Jim Nance of the Masters on Friday. I had my knickers out, pressed, ready to go. Now, nothing.
Dan,
Well,
Now I'm just going to go play a shitty round of golf.
I've got commitments I have to
That-
adhere to.
that job
on
that
Friday.
miraculously appeared on Friday morning could have waited till Saturday morning, Dano.
I'm just saying I got to get some
Yep.
stuff done.
Okay.
See, this is where we're stepbrothers on you. That's
I'm
There
what
we
just
are.
saying.
There
Gotta
we
get
are,
some
ladies
stuff
and gentlemen. So I apologize for the false advertising that was not really false at the time it was put out on Facebook. And
It wasn't. It was genuine when we did that.
and it went
On
on the
whatever
internet,
day.
so it had to be true.
Well, it was true at the time. Circumstances change. Hey, look, you're saying in the course of your life, nothing ever changes. Nothing comes up
Oh shit, my change is fucking
after
regular.
you commit to something, and then something else comes up, and you have to break that commitment.
I honestly think, I believe when we were talking about Friday morning, I actually looked at my calendar.
Hey, we're gonna
Instead, I'm
we're gonna
open.
take a group pick.
I said I'm open.
Well, I'm just saying.
I
Something
think
came
that
up,
was good.
and I had to.
Hey Dan, get your big head to look over this way.
Hey,
real
who
quick.
is it?
We are sending this to our friend Roller, which is his birthday. He was on our first live stream.
Yes,
test,
he was.
but it was
That was in February.
It's his birthday today,
Happy birthday, Roller.
and I think he might be heading this way.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Everybody batten down the hatches.
All right. Well, before he gets here, we better talk about our sponsor.
Oh shit! You better let me
And,
know that you're ready to do that.
and one of those sponsors, one of our great sponsors, is our friend Kerry Wolfangle. And when you talk about real estate around Cincinnati or around the world, there are two names to know and trust. One is Comey and Shepherd Realtors. The other is Kerry Wolfangle. Everyone wants to have a realtor who knows all about the market. But for Kerry, it's a lot more than that. She builds her business on a relationship of honesty and trust. Kerry Wolfangle has been recognized with many of the highest awards in the business, and she is the only real estate agent that we recommend. If you or maybe someone you know is interested in buying, selling, moving in, or moving out, you want to contact Kerry Wolfangle, 513-265-3125, or the email is kwolfangle@comey.com. Your road home starts at Wolfangle.
And I can tell you, as a friend of Carrie's, if she books a house showing with you on a Friday, say at 8:30 in the morning, she will be there.
She's a lot more organized than I am.
Yep. She'll be there.
Hey, I want to back it down. Just quick, somber moment. Just want to say we lost a police officer here locally who literally works in the jurisdiction next to mine, and I knew him not super well, but crossed paths multiple times and had a couple of beers. Involved in a horrible car accident while responding for an officer who needs assistance. Don't know, the details are there. They're out there. I just haven't chosen to know what they are. Just let him lay where he is. But his services, or his layout is tomorrow, and his service is Thursday. So if anybody is drinking out there, just
100%.
100%
To
to
him.
Springfield Township Police Department, their family, his
Officer
family.
Unwin.
And then also today's the anniversary of Brian Shira and Robin Brocksterman.
Is it really? Wow.
2008, two Coleraine Township firemen that fell through a floor and
I remember that.
was just horrific.
I will say
around this area.
Oh yeah.
March and April are terrible. We've had multiple fire and police fatalities. So we just try to get through March and April. But having Unwin go down on March 31st just kind of just sealed it. It sucks. But yeah, everybody's getting through. Everybody's doing well. But I just think it's apropos to, raise a glass for
100% to these gentlemen.
100%.
And I will say for anybody, and I know it's spring break, if you're around this area, and I've been to multiple funeral processions, unfortunately, for first responders. Hold on a second. If you have the opportunity to see this, the last one I think I was at was Deputy Brewer in Claremont County, who I knew. And I took my kid out of school. I wanted him to see what should be done. Claremont County is one of those communities. Well, actually, this whole area is one of those areas that will show their respect to law enforcement and firefighters, first responders that fall on the line of duty. You should have seen the streets that were lined. So do me a favor. If you have the opportunity, a lot of spring breaks going on right now, make sure the kids get the opportunity to see the outpouring of support for these first responders and show the respect that this officer deserved for losing his life. He went to work. Not everybody, but most people go to work. You don't anticipate losing your life, but that's the risk they take for sometimes a very little reward, i.e. financially. So definitely line the streets of the procession. It's been released. I believe the route has been released. And wave your flag, put your hand over your heart, and show respect. So.
And in fairness, and it was rude of me, there was another gentleman that lost his life in that accident, and I'm trying to grab the name. I've been more geared toward getting plans together for my fire department for the police. Yeah, the police procession. So I apologize, but there is another family that is missing somebody. So
stuff happens.
I will get that.
Shit happens. I mean, it's sad, it's tragic, but it does. And prayers to both families that are affected by that. Prayers to the family that lost the firefighters in 2008. But nonetheless, make sure you get out there and take a look.
The funeral service for Officer Unwin starts, I believe, at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. And then the procession is going to take place after that. And they go to Arlington Memorial Gardens, which is really a unbelievably beautiful cemetery.
That's where my father's at.
Yeah.
Grandfather and grandmother.
So if you know where that is, I want to say it's in Coleraine Township. Is that right?
It's actually like Mount Healthy, Springfield Township.
Okay. But that is going to be something to see if you can get out there and see that.
Before the end of this podcast, I will have that other gentleman's name because that's disrespectful, but I will get it.
I'm going to hit history real quick. Yes. Dan's favorite segment.
Dan's favorite segment.
And actually, I was pulling shit out of my ass. Somebody asked when Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. No. What was it? When is MLK Day? That's his birthday, January 15th, I believe. He was assassinated on today's date, 1968, by James Earl Ray. Talked about this on Failure to Stop, Memphis, Tennessee. He was down there supporting the strike by the city's sanitation workers and was assassinated by James Earl Ray on today's date. Roger Ebert died in 2013. God, I can't believe it's been 10 years. He struggled for the last year or two.
Good man, though.
Him and Siskel.
I can't believe that's been 10 years.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
I know. It's crazy. Bill
Love
Gates,
that show.
Paul Allen founded Microsoft, which is slowly taking over the world. And I'm not a fan of Bill Gates anymore. I don't know.
He got real weird.
He did.
He got really weird.
It's all gone weird.
I'll go. I mean, I could hit Tansy's tangent from Failure to Stop with all the tabletop stuff that he's involved with viruses and everything else. Like he's a weird fucker.
Yeah. And 1960, Ben-Hur became the first film to win 11 Academy Awards.
Starring Charlton Heston.
William Wyler was the director. I don't know who was in it, but William Wyler directed it.
I think Ben-Hur wasn't. Was it Charlton Heston? I think it was.
Yes.
Okay. It was Moses too.
Jesus. What the fuck is happening right now?
Oh my God.
Just
You
saying.
knew I wasn't going to tell you it was him, Dick. Could you mention
Charlton
his
Heston.
Why don't you go over there and suck off an imaginary Charlton Heston? You have said his name
I'm just
so
saying.
many damn times
He was a
today.
great American, a great actor.
God.
And his Bud Light commercials were one of some of the funniest stuff I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. We've heard, Dan.
Great
1949, NATO was formed.
There's the birthday boy. Is today really your birthday? Yeah. Happy birthday, young
there we
man.
go. Roller's in the house.
Roller
Happy
just walked
birthday.
You can pull a chair up over here if you want to.
And he's rocking a stash. I love it. Apropos, 1928. American poet Maya Angelou was born today. Muddy Waters, an American blues guitarist and singer who played a major role in creating the modern rhythm and blues style, was born in 1913 with a question mark. I don't even know what the fuck the question mark means. Is that 12, 13, 14? Who knows?
What was it not true?
Holy smokes. 1850. God, this was the good old days. 1850. With a population totaling about 1,600, Los Angeles was incorporated as an American city. And now they've got what? Millions, and we kind of wait for that fault to crack a
Did you
little
say
bit.
1,600?
That's what it says, Dan. 1,600 Los Angeles. 1 month, William Henry
Not bad.
Harrison in 1841 was the first U.S. president to die in office. He was succeeded by John Tyler. And that's about it. I mean, I don't see anything else. Colin Powell tomorrow was born. That's about it. So there's your day in history. Happy birthday to all.
The Ebert thing threw me off.
2013. Yeah, that's
it
crazy.
did not realize. I did not realize it was that long ago. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
I like the stash though, man. He just flicked it. I love it. I got to get a pic with you, man, for my shadow box.
You should come and do a wave in front of the camera because we announced your birthday earlier.
Yeah, we should.
We did. Your birthday was important enough for us to say something about it.
No one.
What do you think about that?
We needed to fill
There he
some
is.
space.
Look at that guy.
We needed to fill time, Roller.
He's a good one. He's a good one. Trent Roller Carter, Cincinnati fireman. Gonna be the next Cincinnati fire chief.
Yeah, baby.
You wait, and you watch.
Thank God I live in the Anderson Township area.
I didn't know you were on the management track. Congratulations.
He will be.
Moving
He
on
will be.
up, huh? I like it, buddy. Go for it. Put your name in.
One of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met in my entire life.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Until
he deals with Rob's
That's
bullshit.
that's arguable.
until you introduce yourself again to him after meeting him drunken one night and he gives you shit. We already met, man. I got one of your cards. Like, fucking settle down, dude.
Yeah, man.
We were drinking. I was drinking more than you. I did DD.
Here's a shocker. Rob didn't remember something.
Yeah.
It's weird. Never happens.
So, Roller, did you bet last night?
Dead Leg said, "Happy birthday, Chief Trent."
You didn't bet the Final Four or the final game? Why didn't you bet before you went on duty?
Can't bet while you're on duty. That's a good rule.
Well, you sleep while you're on duty. You can't get on the fucking internet and bet?
Sleeping is different.
What about all the porn? What about
Yeah.
all the porn you watch while you're on duty?
Yeah, you're betting.
Is that better? It's you're on the government's Wi-Fi, sir.
You're betting that you're
Be better than that, Chief.
you don't have poop follicles on your hand when you get done, buddy, and you don't get pink eye off the next day. Do you really? I would actually go LTE on that instead of the Wi-Fi, man. It's a little more private.
All right, so we got Deadleg. Happy birthday, Chief Trent. Imperial Girl says happy birthday. How old are you? How young are you? 36. Ooh, 36.
36, man.
Ooh,
Are you really?
That's nice.
I remember it well. I don't.
That's nice. Young,
Every
spry.
every birthday I'm drunk, so it doesn't matter.
You're 2 years older than me? Damn. Surprising.
Deadleg brings up the week countdown to Clayton starts tonight.
Back to the betting though. I lost my ass.
Let's go back to your Clayton trip and what you have planned for Dan.
That'll be displayed. There may be a Dylan Mulvaney theme going on in the car ride home or down.
Nope, that's not going to happen.
Are you riding your motorcycle down by yourself?
I'm kind of.
Trust me, I'm still kicking that idea around.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I am.
Why is that dumb?
I'm thinking of wearing a
Because
dress.
you
with
have-
no underwear.
Why is that dumb if I decide to get on my motorcycle and drive down?
Okay, all right. So
Why is that dumb?
because you being a motorcycle enthusiast and rider, you should always go in pairs for one.
Okay.
Because that's not.
I agree. There's safety in numbers.
That is not going to be a pair because he's going to be on
Mhm.
4 wheels. You're going to be in 2.
And this four
And
wheels ain't stopping if
and
you're
if you're-
too quick.
Your bike breaks down.
Mhm.
Then what?
Good luck. I
Well,
wave.
I
Keep
call
going.
AAA.
You call AAA, and then guess what?
Then I get towed somewhere.
Trip's ruined because you're only going Tuesday, Wednesday, coming back Thursday.
So I'm going to be coming both days, Tuesday and Thursday,
Well,
if he's in the car with me.
maybe the bike won't break down.
Maybe it won't.
It has
Maybe you'll win the lottery.
It's
Tuesday
never
and be
broken
able to
down on me
Buy your
before.
own jet.
Okay. All right. Well, you just keep throwing those.
Although I did lose my brakes when we went to Atlanta.
Yes, you did. Yes,
This
you
is
did.
going to be good.
That's
I'm wearing a dress
Yes,
with
you
no
did.
underwear on the way down, and I'm going
I
to pick you up
essentially
with a
drove
wig.
back with no brakes.
You drove back with no brakes. Rolled into your driveway smoking like a bitch.
No, that wasn't smoking.
Okay. All right.
I do have a couple of surprises for Dan on the way down. I'm looking forward to it. And there'll be video, by the way, because
No, there will not.
Keith has kind of been tipped off in regards to it, and will be set up waiting for the arrival of the Hurricane Carol.
Fine. You
mobile.
know what? I don't care if I do ride with you
You're going to ride.
and there is video. It's going to be the most boring video you've ever seen.
No, they'll just get the back of your head.
No, that won't happen.
Okay.
Because that is not going to happen.
You know I am immune to chloroform, right? I just open up that jar in the car, baby, with the windows up. You're out. I'm immune, and I do what I want. Run around that car like Spider-Man on a fucking building.
I do what I want.
Yeah, what happens in the car
Fuck
stays in the
you,
car,
roller.
Dan.
Cocksucker.
No, that's you on the way down, Dan, and the way back, baby.
No, that is not happening.
We got Masters Thursday. Looking forward to that shit
Oh, yeah.
show.
The Masters putting tournament.
So it'll be a full sports weekend of old guy shit.
God, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
No, it's,
No, today's Tuesday.
yeah,
today's-
Thursday's the day after tomorrow. Dan.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. All right.
So it starts Sunday, and then it's followed by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday.
Dan,
Friday,
you're
Saturday,
at the
Sunday.
podcast.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
at the varsity 8112 Beach
I
Lawn.
told you I was a little sleepy.
Jesus.
Did you sleep last night?
Not much, I guess.
Okay.
I could have slept a little bit more.
All right.
Went to bed early, though.
Well,
After watching our buddy John Wayne Hatfield get eliminated.
I don't want to hear your bitching because I haven't slept at all.
I know.
So
Well, I
fuck
know.
off. And I'm sure he didn't sleep at all because we were messaging each other on Facebook at like 3:00 in the morning because we worked the same unit day. So he was up, I was up. So
I know.
you're old. You go to bed normally at like 10:00 anyway.
Unless
So-
there's walkie-talkies.
So he
underneath
slept
his
till
bed.
midnight, got up, had to pee, had to do whatever he had to do.
But I know we all watched American Idol last night because our buddy John Wayne Hatfield was on, and it was he made it through the first round at Hollywood Week, and then the second round was where they had to do duets, and he teamed up with the other. Do you remember the other guy's name? I don't remember the other guy. I don't remember the other guy's name.
Was it Dupree? Was that his last name?
That might be it.
I think it was Dupree was his last
But
name.
he's young. I think they're the same age. He's a country singer,
They're
like
buddies.
John Wayne.
They're buddies, obviously.
They they talked about their friendship before they did their duet, which was Buy Dirt. I actually thought John Wayne started off pretty good at the very beginning of the song, but then he just sort of let the other guy take over. And I think that was the difference because they decided they were only going to keep one, and they kept the other guy and said goodbye to John Wayne Hatfield.
Well,
So,
and I thought everybody for the most part did very well. And we were talking right before he went live. And I haven't watched American Idol in years. But since we knew John was going to be on, obviously we were paying attention. But I don't like the whole duet thing because you allow somebody to either pull you down or they're pulling somebody else up.
You don't think those artists, though, can discern who is dragging the other down, though?
I mean,
no, I think
it depends because you have three distinct different artists. You've got Luke Bryan, Katy Perry, and Lionel Richie, all three different genres, looking for different things. So I get it. So you're getting a melting pot of talent, right? What I don't like is, though, this is a competition for a life-changing experience. It should be on your own the whole way through, in my opinion, because I watched a couple others, and take John out of the mix. There were a couple others that somebody did great and somebody did fucking terrible. And it was like, if I was your partner and you sang like complete garbage, I'd be whooping your ass in the back. Like, this is my opportunity and your opportunity. You need to be given it all. And you apparently should have even made it or whatever. There were multiple examples of that yesterday watching it, but I'm very sad for John, but I also know that John's got a lot of opportunities coming to him, especially now.
I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, especially now with everything that's, the notoriety and being on national television
and getting out of the restrictions of American Idol.
Well, and that's that too.
Yeah, that would be the biggest issue I'd have is the amount of restrictions they place on somebody. What they can and cannot do, what they can and cannot say, what they can and cannot put up.
Having that meeting with him, he was like, I can't talk about any of that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to shoot from the hip then. Here we go. And then hopefully we don't fuck something up.
Yep.
Well, next time we get him on the podcast, will he be able to talk about, expound a little bit more about his
I would assume
AI experience?
I would assume he's out.
That'd be good.
I mean, he's out of it, so.
Let's get him on, man.
Although I hope he didn't have to enter into a non-disclosure agreement.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be able to tell. He's not going to be able to tell us, like.
It's pretty comparable to what you're going to be doing, getting in the front seat of the car.
Where they had
Tuesday,
to pay him
baby.
hush money or anything like that.
I'm not doing a Trump on your ass, man.
Now
You better keep it quiet.
Hey, you know what's awesome
I'll
is
put
now
a
that
patsy in your mouth.
Now that we're video, this is Dan's non-disclosure agreement. Just smell this rag. Just smell that rag.
That's not going to happen.
Dan, help me get that bag way back there in the back of the trunk, buddy. Just reach all the way in there.
Does that
Get in
rag
there.
smell like chloroform? It smells good.
I'm looking forward to the trip down. It's going to be a good time.
Rolo's over there laughing his ass off. He thinks it's hilarious.
I think it's going to be funny when you roll into the hotel and you're passed out in the car just because you're sleeping. But I'm going to think Rob actually put you to sleep.
If that fucker falls asleep like he did on the way back from Engraved in USA in the backseat of the car, on the way down there, I honestly am just going to park as quietly as I can and get out, shut the door quietly, and leave him. Hopefully it's 90 degrees and the windows are going to be up. It'll be beautiful.
If it's 90 degrees, that'll be a good time to take the motorcycle. So I think I just might do that.
Sounds good to me, buddy.
All right.
Stay out of my way.
I won't be anywhere around you.
Oh, that's right. You're old. You'll be way behind me.
That's all right.
Going along.
That's all right.
I do hope you take the motorcycle. It would be hilarious. Because I'm going to be driving in front of you. I'll leave a little bit earlier, and I'm going to throw marbles and shit out in the road.
We've driven with Rob, though. He's going to blow your doors off, go past you, and then he's going to Clayton, and you might be stuck somewhere.
I don't care. I'm not saying I want to ride. If I take the motorcycle, I'm not going to ride next to him on the highway.
Now, what we could do, Dan?
But you have no assistance.
Dan, we could overnight
outside
our
of AAA.
bags.
I'm a grown ass man. I can take care of myself.
I understand that, but we're going to Clayton for a reason.
Dan,
We're going to Clayton
Well, I
for a
know.
reason. This
Dan-
isn't just a leisure trip for you to just tour the countryside
Dan,
like Little House on the Prairie.
Dan, you're a
For
grown
fuck's
ass
sakes.
man.
I'm perfectly capable of getting from point A to point B.
What are you doing Saturday night, Dan?
Yes, I am.
Trent says, "Sounds like you're not."
What are you doing Saturday
I got
night?
back. We drove to Shanksville, Pennsylvania last summer.
Yeah, and I made it.
Yeah, his wife
good.
went with him to make sure.
You barely checked the tire pressures, but
What's on your
It's all
agenda
right. She had a
Saturday
good-
night,
We had
Dan?
a good time.
What's on your agenda Saturday night? What are you doing?
This coming Saturday night?
Yes.
I
Now
don't
you're
know
now
why.
you're stalling. Well, you're a grown ass man. You should know what the fuck you're doing on Saturday
I'll
night.
do whatever I want to do.
Okay. Just
That's-
like golf on Friday.
that's
huh?
not true. That's not true.
Yeah, not at all.
That's
What's
not
not
true.
true?
I'll
Fucking
do
not
whatever
at
I
all.
want.
I'll do whatever I want to do.
That's not true.
All right, Ike Turner, Chris Brown, motherfucker. You can't play golf on Friday morning, but you'll do whatever you want to do on Saturday. Huh?
I've got another commitment that I have on Friday that slipped my mind last week.
You want to call Paula and see what you're doing on Saturday? Yeah.
What's going on Saturday night?
Bless you. It's not COVID,
Bob's over
people.
there
It's
sneezing.
not COVID. You're not going to get it through the YouTubes, as Dan would say.
There's either
He's
2 or
gonna have
30.
He's gonna have a fit now.
I'm allergic to you, Dan. I'm allergic to
Good.
your femininity. Is that a right word? Femininity.
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh my
Well,
God.
you're the one who thinks Dylan Mulvaney is hot.
Oh,
You're the one who would get some of that if you had a
So
chance.
gross.
you squid.
So-
Oh shit.
That's what he was saying before the podcast.
I would love for just one podcast where Rob doesn't have to get up for whatever reason, whatever it may be. Every time he gets so antsy, he's got to get up.
Roller,
I mean,
you want to jump in for a little bit? Come on, man.
Dan will sing "Happy Birthday"
I don't
to
know.
you.
I don't know. I don't know if I want you to jump in. You've been saying some things over there that I'm not sure that I like. Right? Oh, those are the rules of the road. Apparently, I don't.
Ass, cash, or grass. I don't smoke weed, and the tank's full.
Apparently, I don't know. Not familiar with your rules of the road. Are slightly different.
Don't worry
than
about
mine.
it, Roller. I'll show him the rules of the road, buddy.
Read a book.
Kama Sutra, preferably.
Obviously, we don't read the same kinds of books.
Whoa.
Is Rob okay? Are you
I
good?
think so. That was only 4, man. If there's any more than 2, you know the rule.
I
It's
normally-
normally 30 something.
I normally go into sevens. I go in multiples of sevens. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
So many of you may recall that we had our emergency podcast back when we learned about the raid on Mar-a-Lago.
A lot of these people probably don't recall.
Well, a lot of people watching us may remember that, but when that happened, we felt that we needed to assemble quickly
Still my favorite podcast,
in
by
an
the way.
emergency way to talk about what kind of country we were living in. And this was, of course, the unprecedented raid on the residence of a president of the United States.
And if you haven't gone back in audio podcast and listened to that one, go find that one. Just do me the favor and find that one.
God, we were lit.
But it was awesome. We out on a back deck, nice summer night.
Crickets.
But it was to me, we had already done one here and then took off.
It was like Anchorman.
Anchorman assemble.
I think I sent you to the one video of Anchorman blowing in the horn. Newsmen assemble. And we all met on a back deck while Tiffany shredded shit at One More and I'm Out of Here headquarters.
So today
Dan couldn't find the house 2 doors next to him.
I knew where the house was. I was there before you.
I don't know about that.
So we had that FBI raid on the Trump house, and then today we had the spectacle of another first of a former president of the United States being arraigned in criminal court in Manhattan on, I think, what are going to turn out to be completely frivolous and bogus charges. Because he entered into a non-disclosure agreement, what the networks like to call hush money, to the adult film actress Stormy Daniels, the porn star.
So you just said that though, and I've heard that, obviously, throughout the last, week. Who cares what she was? Who cares that she was an adult film star?
Well, it just
who cares?
It makes,
who cares?
It makes the reporting more salacious.
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that. So like, you've got Bill Clinton who did the exact same thing.
She wasn't a porn
Spent
star.
a lot more. Exactly though. That's what I'm saying.
I think he did worse.
He did worse. But he did worse.
Fishing
But he still spent. No. That's not the one he fucking paid. But still
shit,
paid
that
money.
One was ugly.
But still
Holy
paid
shit.
money.
At least Trump
And a lot
picked
more
a
money.
hottie.
And a lot more.
Trump picked a hottie. Clinton, what the fuck
But it's like,
was he
that's
doing?
what I fucking hate. When you just said that, it irks the shit out of me. Okay, call it hush money. Well, that's fine. That happens every fucking day.
Every
in
day.
Every city, every town. Somebody's extorting somebody for some money. Hey, I'm going to tell your wife that you were banging me unless you give me money.
Okay.
Okay. Well, here's your money.
No, we're talking
tell
about
my wife.
Or tell my wife.
Tell my wife.
Take your choice.
Put it this way, man.
we're talking about payments though in the context of a settlement, in the context of a legal settlement, where one party agrees in exchange for money to not say anything about the agreement.
It's illegal if you pay them up front before sex, but after sex is fine. I mean, as long as you're not paying them for sex, if you're paying them to shut up, like the hush money I'm going to spend on you is going to be the money I spend to buy a ball gag for the ride down to Clayton. That's my hush money, motherfucker. And you can talk about it singing at the mountains.
Well, I thought we might have a serious discussion here, but obviously you're not.
We are. No, the difference is the hush money. You don't pay up front. That's illegal. That's solicitation. Afterwards, you're not paying for the sex. If you pay for them to be quiet, that is a civil thing. It's kind of like a slander defamation libel issue where, you quit saying that. I'll pay you this amount of money and we're done.
But Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, is they are trying to pull this, and I've read up some, but I'm not, super versed in it, but they're trying to say that he used campaign funds to pay that, where in turn Cohen paid it, and then he reimbursed Cohen.
Well,
Cohen had to take a loan out, but
first of all, it's not unusual for a lawyer to write the check for an expense like that.
Right.
So it's not unusual for the check to come from that lawyer or that lawyer's law firm to be reimbursed later by the client.
It's not unusual for a lawyer either to set up a company or an LLC or something for somebody so that other person's not attributed to it.
So it's a pass-through. So if that lawyer or that lawyer's law firm gets reimbursed later on by the client, and the client refers to that as a legal expense, to my way of thinking, that's a legitimate way to record that expenditure. Is it not?
So Imperial Girl,
as a legal expense,
the issue,
you're paying your lawyer for a service.
The Federal Election Commission said no, we're not taking that case. If their claim is it came from campaign funds, why wouldn't the FEC, who has jurisdiction on that, take it? Instead, we got some prick ass DA in New York that wants to make a name for himself, and the only name he's going to make is the one that's going to be above a sequence of numbers very shortly, because he's out of time on this one. He has no jurisdiction, in my opinion, from what I've read, and it's going to be a bust.
When you had two or three prosecutors that said they weren't taking the case,
DOJ said no,
but Imperial Girl said, I heard nothing to show they can prove it came from campaign funds. Funds seem to come from various personal accounts. They're trying to charge him with fraudulent business records. Well, guess what? Okay, so he's a shitty bookkeeper. Or his accountant's a shitty bookkeeper. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but he doesn't need to be fucking drawn into court and make a big fucking spectacle out of it, because all you're doing is, that he's a fucking front runner at this point for the 24 fucking election. And here you go. They're hammering it down again. They tried to get him on the collusion stuff. That obviously went fucking nowhere. Watching it unfold has been interesting, and I haven't read up as much as I've wanted to, but I mean, I've been watching the live stuff, when he was, taking off and all that shit. I had Fox News on while I was at work, in the background, but I just don't understand Okay, so fraudulent personal accounts. Well, you're allowed to fucking have that, I guess. And even if you're not, it's a misdemeanor at the fucking most. And that's what DeSantis was saying. He was like, they're trying to push this into a felony. Worst case scenario, you get a slap on the wrist and you move on down the road. But it's nothing more than any other politician hasn't done. That's where I'm trying to grasp, like, the gravity of this situation versus shit in the past and where it's been.
Well, the thing about election finance law is that it's so complex and so complicated, and they made it that way on purpose. So the politicians have carve outs and workarounds and ways to skirt the law because of all the complexity that's written into it. It serves their purpose, that it essentially allows them to do whatever they want, and they can use those complexities within the law to absolve themselves of any wrongdoing. So normally, and the way it happened with Barack Obama, the way it happened with Hillary Clinton, the way it happened with Bill Clinton, the way it happens with the majority of politicians, is that if the Elections Commission finds that there was something that was done wrong, then they pay a fine, usually out of their campaign funds. It doesn't come out of their own pocket. They pay a fine, and it's all said and done, and it's over.
Well, and here's the thing. This shit happened 7 years ago.
That's right. And that's why the statute of limitations has expired on it, too. So,
again, Imperial, I'm going to keep posting her stuff because she's throwing good comments up. Yes, my point exactly. He may be smarmy business person, an overall obnoxious person, but I didn't hear of anything that seemed worth all this effort and cost. Who's paying for this? The taxpayers. The taxpayers of either New York or whoever. It's you've got NYPD out there doing all this, the barricades and all the extra details. You got he has Secret Service detail anyway. But I mean, there's a bunch of good comments that are coming in. I just, and whether you like Trump or not, and all three of us tend to lean the same way. I don't agree completely with all of Dan's views, but we all tend to lean the same way. I love Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump, and that's me. I'm not asking anybody else to do that. You make your own choices. But some of the bullshit that has just gone through and the things that are happening, and seeing the world that we're living in right now in our own country, when you've got a president, and it could be a completely different Democratic president, and I may like him, I don't know, but Joe Biden's a moron. We allow a balloon to float across our fucking country for fucking 3.5, 4 days. China says, "Oh no, it's a weather balloon." They're just and then you have other people that are in this country saying, well, they're not gathering any more information than what Google Earth grabs.
That's complete bullshit.
It's complete bullshit. But
and we were lied to about that.
But you have
the report just came out.
But you have people that believe that. So we need like-minded thinkers. We can have different opinions, but like-minded thinkers in a think tank of podcasts like this, like Failure to Stop, like Drinking Bros, all these podcasts that are going against essentially, unfortunately for you, because you're a media guy, every major news outlet. We're having our own news outlets, but having people in the same realm versus, all right, so you have Fox News over here and you have CNN over here, and watching those two battle back and forth is absolutely, I mean, that's almost like going to the Funny Bone Comedy Club. Watching I could watch 1 hour over here and then watch another hour over here, and it's completely different.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no organization right now that's happier than CNN, because finally they're going to get some ratings numbers by broadcasting the Trump arraignment today and analyzing it 24/7.
How are they going to get numbers?
They've lost like 60% of their viewership since Trump has lost or left office.
They have 70,000 viewers. Well,
Yeah.
69,999 because Roller's here right now not watching. There is no way their numbers are going up.
Well, they'll get a temporary spike. They'll get a little spike on their coverage just because people will turn on their cable news, and the first place they stop might be CNN, might be MSNBC, might be Fox News, or whatever the other broadcast cable casts out there are. But no, CNN will get a little spike off of this, and then they'll try to pretend as if people are genuinely watching them. But their number one rated show is, I believe, Cooper Anderson, who gets in the neighborhood. Anderson Cooper. You're right. Who gets in the neighborhood of 690,000 viewers a night.
He was reading his personnel file first. It's Cooper Anderson.
Anderson, whatever it is.
Anybody know any homeopathic ailments or remedies for dyslexia?
It's like two last names. But anyway, if you compare that to like Tucker Carlson, who's on the same time as him, Tucker Carlson gets 3.5 million viewers per night, compared to less than 1 million, and barely over 500,000 viewers a night for Anderson Cooper. I mean, it's CNN.
Anderson, Dan.
There's literally no one watching CNN, but they're going to get a little bump out of this. So they are glad that Trump is back in the headlines the way he is.
But and I'm not making it a right versus left thing, but where they think this is hurting Trump, everybody that has half a brain knows that there is no legitimate charges here.
He means you, Roller, half a brain.
I was kind of looking at you, but not really. But all it's doing, where they think it's going to hurt his numbers are going up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, vote how you want to vote, and I just go out and vote. That's all I want you to do is go out and vote. Physically go out and vote. I'm not a big fan of the absentee. Please go out and physically vote, but vote however you want to. But David J just said it wasn't even during an election season. He was president already when the money was moved. This shit is so far over. It's so far done. I don't even think it was on his radar. I mean, Mar-a-Lago hit, and he was like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about that shit anymore, so now I got to worry about this bullshit.
Well, since it was confirmed that the indictment was going to happen, Trump has raised over $7 million, okay? $4 million of that $7 million came from first-time donors, from people who, for the first time, were moved to send money to this guy. And think about that. That is a huge number. And if the Democrats are going to look at something like that, and that's something they got to be worried about.
And Deadleg just said it, 25% of his funds raised from first-time donors.
It's a huge number.
See, it's funny. So, like the TV that we have on in front of us so we can see the comments, or these guys can see it because I got the computer over here. Comments come in over there faster, but yet it's still on a delay. It's mind-boggling to me. Technology, electronics, audio, video, it's all mind-boggling to me, and I'm trying to muddle my way through it.
If only, no, I can't read that. I can't read that from here.
Even
if I have my glasses
on. Just put it on like he's in a nursing home, or like we just click the TV on, it's Golden Girls all day, 24 hours.
Although I can read the sign right above my head. One more and I'm out of here. Boom.
No,
Speaking of,
it's crazy. I mean, what's happening right now is just absolutely
it's crazy, man. First time it's ever happened. It's never happened before.
So, on a recap, Trump, Dylan show. A lot of crazy shit going on, Dan. You know what's going to be even crazier is our trip next week. I'm looking forward to it. I got to make a phone call, actually, is what I'm leading to. Been on an hour. We ready, Keith?
You got to make a phone call?
Yeah, apparently we are. Yeah.
Well, you guys can stay. I got to make a quick call.
Right. Well,
I apologize. I got a job, Dan. I mean, I've got a calendar in front of me.
It's okay when you have work to do, but if I have work to do, well, suddenly that's it.
Fair enough.
I got a calendar in front of me, buddy.
Nice rebuttal. Nice rebuttal.
Really? My call would take 5 minutes.
Well, obviously, it's much more important than the work I have to do.
It still wasn't. Okay. Hey, before
I'm not getting.
before you
make
go
your
on
phone
your phone call, we've posted on social media the Subscribe-a-Palooza. I'm going to post it again. I'm going to continue to post it through the month. There's some people on here that haven't that have been commenting I haven't gotten an email or a screenshot.
If I mention these Miller Lights are pretty good.
See, I knew you'd come to the dark side.
Are you going to tell those people that haven't done it yet to call Dan for technical assistance?
Miller Lite is good.
No,
See?
it's piss.
But anyway, so we got
Piss
our Subscribe-a-Palooza thing going on. It's going to keep happening throughout our social media stuff, and I'm going to throw some shorts on YouTube and whatever. But
Subscribe to the podcast, damn it.
podcast, YouTube, all of it.
All that.
But hey, we appreciate everybody that
That's how you get subscribers.
continually comes on here.
Subscribe, damn it. Do it now.
Here, hold on. Let me mute Dan's
I don't even
mic.
think Dan's a
All
subscriber.
right, so I just muted his mic. So
I don't
worry
even think
about it,
Dan's
guys.
a subscriber. That's the sad part.
And I don't think he is either. But no, we appreciate all the support. Looking forward to meeting whoever. I know David J is going to be down there in Clayton. Looking forward to meeting you in person, and we're going to have a great time. And the friendships that we're building throughout this process that we're doing.
That we'll forget after drinking a shit ton of rum.
I won't forget them, but you might. But
No,
that's
rum,
okay.
man.
It's okay. No, but thank you for the support. You guys have helped us out a ton. So especially the Failure to Stop guys, Deadleg's always on here every time. Imperial Girl's on here. We miss Falconer Raider. She wasn't on today. But
Burial Girl is going to be down there. Clayton.
we're all gonna hang.
I'm just saying it. I'm calling her out right now. Her Falconator, bring it. Let's go down and get drunk and have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. And you guys will be able to see the arrival of the Carol Herking mobile.
This is our final podcast, I believe, before we.
Wow.
No, we have one
Jesus
Friday.
Christ.
We have one Friday.
Coming up on Friday.
At
Okay.
2:30.
All right.
Oh, dear
It'll be
God.
2:30 Friday. It's got to be an early one.
Okay.
He doesn't even know where he works. He just shows up places, and they're like, "No, you're not on the
show up
schedule."
when they tell me to show up.
I'll show up after the golf course. And with Keith, I think we're going to play.
Yep.
And,
Right. You boys have fun.
Yep. You have fun with your fake work thing that you got to do to get out of paying another $102.50. Just as a recap, this episode brought to you by Dylan Mulvaney.
No, it's not.
369 days as a woman. Happy
I'd
birthday,
rather
Roller.
The podcast was brought to you by Kid Rock.
Happy
right now.
birthday, Roller.
Happy birthday, Roller.
I will support that one.
RIP Masters starting on Thursday. So second day of Masters, we'll be podcasting. Dan may or may not be here.
Ooh, maybe I'll bring the portable podcast, the PodTrack 4, down to the Masters putting tournament.
Oh, that'd be cool as shit.
And
on Thursday night.
And I'll start talking like Jim Nance.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get a
these-
little practice tonight.
These jackasses
Yeah.
take off on Thursday. Dan can take off to do some putt bullshit
A
on
little
a
practice.
Thursday,
Little practice.
but can't play big boy
A
golf
tradition
for 102.
A tradition like no other.
You know what got me tweaked my
Masters.
interests? Are you ready for this?
I thought you had a
You
call.
ready?
I thought you had a call.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You know what tweaked my interest with Dan bringing up the Dylan Mulvaney shit? I am curious. Do you think Dylan manscapes or Dan, do you manscape?